Still to go in 2016, this could be Tulsa's deadliest year on record.
2 Works for You reporter Darcy Jackson shows us how police are working overtime to try and solve all of this year's 71 homicides. Darcy?
Yeah, Karen, Brian, the first and last time Tulsa recorded 71 homicides was in 2009. But with 6 more weeks to go this year, detectives believe 2016 could be another one for the record books.
We are starting to run just a little bit dry, and we need to make sure that everybody's fresh.
71 people are dead. In 91% of those cases, someone's behind bars. Sergeant Dave Walker leads Tulsa's homicide detectives. He says many of this year's cases have one thing in common.
People are using guns to resolve their differences as opposed to walking away, running away, doing whatever.
Among those gun-related deaths, 6 involved a Tulsa police officer pulling the trigger. A spike with no pattern, no particular area, no demographic.
You know, you keep thinking it's going to let up, but it didn't.
For former Homicide Sergeant Mike Huff, it's deja vu. He ran Tulsa's Homicide Division before he retired 5 years ago. Huff now focuses his time on private investigations and cold cases, but says this year is reminiscent of 2009.
I could hardly remember a week where there wasn't 1 or 2 days that started at 2 in the morning and maybe you worked till 8 or 9 that evening. There was no real pattern. You couldn't say, hey, we'll start a task force.
The lack of pattern leaves detectives drained, putting in long overtime hours to find suspects before they can kill again.
They're really solving some cases, and these aren't the easy ones either. When you have a year like this year, you're stretched so thin, you're working so hard, and it really infects your whole life.
With an average of 1.3 homicides per week, police believe they'll surpass the record they've already reached. Several suspicious deaths could be ruled as murder, putting detectives back in the streets and on the hunt.
We know who you are, we'll come after you. And you know, the chances are 9 out of 10 times you'll end up with the rest of your life in prison.
Now, one factor Sergeant Walker says is missing this year is the homicides caused by gang activity. He credits that to the gang unit and the progress they've made in Tulsa neighborhoods. In downtown, Darcy Jackson, 2 Works for You.